Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to sew this dress. Yes, we shall begin with making our pattern. We are going to get our pattern and put it on fold. So we are going to measure the bust line, the under bust, the bust measurement, the waist measurement, the hip measurement, and the dress length. My dear, if you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe, comment, like, share. Yes. Then we are going to make those lines. So use your measurements. These are mine, yeah. So we are going to come on our neckline and make a neck of 6 by 4. I use the wider neckline because my dress is not going to be having a zipper and I need to wear it and it can pass very well. So I use the wider neckline. It's 6 by 4. Yeah. So you can make yours smaller. Yeah. So I marked my neckline like that. And then we are going to make our shoulder slope. We come down by 1 inch from the shoulder. Then we are going to make our chest line, which is your bust measurement divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches. Then we are going to make that line there. So we are going to connect that line to the chest line. Yes, so we are going to get halfway of that line and mark. After marking, we are going to go in by 1 inch. That is our front pattern. Yes, so we are going to go on our shoulder slope and make that line like that. So we are going to indicate our bust measurement. Mine was 9 point something, but I made it wider since I told you I'm not going to use a zip. I need it to fit properly. So I connect those points like that. It's important you have a curved ruler, but if you don't have, you can use your free hand. Yes, so we are going to make our nipple to nipple measurement and mark it on the bust point and also mark it on the hip line. On the bust line and the hip line, mine was 3.5. It is 7 divided by 2, 3.5. Then we connect that line. So we are going to make our darts. So I made my dart 1.5, which means it is 0.75 on each side. So I connect those points down to the waist, to the hip line, not waistline, to the hip line. So what we are going to do, we are going to make our waistline. Mine was 36, which is divided by 4, 9. So we are going to also measure the dart and add that measurement on the waistline. Then we also add 1 inch sewing allowance. Then we also go up and add an inch of sewing allowance. Then we are going to go on our hip line and make our hip measurement. Whatever measurements you get, you divide them by 4. Yes, and also add a sewing allowance. So we are going to connect our pattern up to the hip line, then down. You must note something down here. I changed this pattern into a basic, like a skirt pattern, a pencil skirt pattern. Initially I made it was supposed to be an skirt pattern, like the down part of the skirt was supposed to be but I changed it into a pencil skirt style because it did not come out good for me. So we go in the armhole and make the back armhole. When we are making the back armhole, we just start from the middle point and connect to that point. But if you're not convinced with this pattern, or if you've not understood it well, you can go and check out how to make a basic bodice. So this is a two-in-one. This is a two-in-one pattern. It's the front and it's the back. So we are going to also indicate the back neckline, which is 1 inch by 4 inches. Yes. So we have the front and the back on one pattern. What we are going to do, we are going to get in that point and connect to the neckline, then come and connect to where our pattern ends, like that. So we are going to cut our pattern into two. We are going to split it. I'm making those points two so that I don't again measure behind. I made those points to know where the dart passes from. So I came on the behind and marked those points and made the dart there. So I not struggle to make the lines again and all that. I just use that to make holes in the pattern so that I know where the dart passes. So I shall connect the dart like that. So we cut out our pattern, yes, like that, and split it into two, yes, so that it has a small part and a big part. So you are going to get our yellow fabric and cut two pieces of the yellow fabric like I've done. I used that small piece. Then the bigger piece we used to cut the black fabric. So on the pattern paper, I made a cut on the dart to know where I am supposed to sew it. Then I also sew that dart. You saw that. So we are going to get the yellow fabric and join it with the back black fabric. That is the back part. So we join it together, my dear. If you have not yet subscribed, please do. So we pin it down and sew it down. We also sew the dart. We cut it and we sew it. Yes, so that's how it looks like after pinning it. That's the result after sewing. So I use a zigzag stitch to do finishing on the inside like that. Yeah. So we are going to join our sides, two sides, the front and the back. So but before we do that, I'm going to cut the front neckline like that. Yes, so that's our front neckline. I told you why I made it wider already. So I also told you on this same cloth I reduced the hip. It was a shape in the beginning, but I made it pencil like dress. Yeah. So after doing that, we are going to join the dress First, we are going to join the shoulder line. So we pin all the sides and we shall take on the sewing machine. So now we are going to make our sleeve. So we get our sleeve pattern and cut 5 inches from up, the basic sleeve pattern. Yes, this is a cap sleeve. I made a cap sleeve, so I am going to cut it to 5 inches. Then after cutting it, I'm going to get the fabric I'm going to use and split that sleeve into different parts. So I will split it from up to down. So I split it how wide you want it to be. Yeah, it's not that it should be this wide or this wide. You use your head and say, okay, I need this wide or this wide. Then you split. Yeah. So after doing that, we are going to spread it on our fabric. And after spreading it, we are going to get our chalk and trace where it is going to pass. So we are going to cut out our sleeve, and after cutting out, we are going to hem it where it on the hem. Then we are going to get a straight stitch around that part I showed you. Then after making a straight stitch, we are going to make gathers, yes, to your desired length. So those are our 2 sleeves. You measure to your desired length. If your desired length is 20, you measure to 20. Then after doing that, we are going to make the middle point, mark the middle point, we make a notch and pin it down. So it is always better to pin that sleeve. The way I'm doing pins in a straight way, make the pin straight like that. It is easier to sew than making them horizontal. Make them vertical. Make them like here, like that. Not like the first way I did. It is easier like that to sew gathers when you've pinned that way. I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but I know you get it. My spirit knows. Yes. So we are going to go on the sewing machine and do both arms. So that's how our sleeves came out. Then we are going to join the sides. Yes. We join the sides as that. And that is how our dress came out to be. Yes, that is when it is finished. Yeah. And guess what? This is our designer. Yes, that is the model and the designer herself. So that's how our dress came out. Yeah, you might make it longer, I might make it short, I might make it whatever you decide to do. So my dear, remember to subscribe, like and share, comment, my dear. I love you so much, my subscribers, and if you have not yet subscribed, subscribe. Bye bye.